halted and swept away by a salvo of plasma macro cannons. Scorning every cannon of sacred engineering, the heretics had placed the hull of an unfinished void cruiser on treads several kilometers long. This leviathan of adamantine and plasteel barred our way. Magos Dominus Opticon 22 insisted that we retake the sacred machine, for the vessel had been in the making for many decades, and its destruction would have meant a great tragedy for the Imperium. The Lord Captain... This is so messed up. Dogmatic. Ordered an assault column to be formed from the repentant Manufactorum workers, granting those captives the right to atone for their crime with blood. Plus 30! Dude, I bet they all freaking die. Dude, look at this. They're all just like marching to their death. The Lord Captain was merciful. Each captive was issued a single-shot las fusil and bayonet. 1 bullet! Whereupon an order was given to take the cruiser at any cost. I gave a whole bunch of dudes each a gun with 1 bullet and said, give me that ship. The deal was that those who survived the attack would be granted the Emperor's pardon and could enlist in the Liberation Army. Traitors in wartime can seldom hope to be given a second chance, let alone an offer of such generosity. No more than 100 of them were left alive that day. The Emperor was harsh on those who had turned against him, but many a seasoned soldier could have learned from their fervor. Covered in oil, blood, soot, and their eyes full of desperate zeal, the penal unit's fighters somehow managed, despite their losses, to break through to the mighty cruiser. They climbed shafts, used their bayonets, and applied what scant knowledge they had of sacred technology. Eventually, they destroyed the heretics operating the macro cannons. Enforcer strike groups were then able to land on the cruiser and clean up the remaining cultists. The cruiser was conquered. Slipping on pools of blood mixed with sacred unguents, we made it to the Machine Cathedral, a gargantuan hall breathing in with the flames of 1,000 furnaces. The last bastion of the enemy army. That was where I faced the word bearers, betrayers of humanity and unworthy sons of the Emperor. What could we, mere humans, possibly do to match their unholy, bestial rage? The Lord Captain... we're not looking good for either of these. Alright, 78%. Devised a plan that placed the Space Wolves at the forefront of our strike. Success! The Emperor's angels themselves led the charge that day. Magnificent in their rage, they forged a path for us to follow, and even the appalling champions of the archenemy could not stop them. While we distracted the enemy with suppressive fire and a hail of grenades, our unyielding leaders charged the word-bearers and tore them to pieces. We were the anvil of his wrath, they were the hammer. And that's when it came. Doomscream, an ancient and bloodthirsty hellbrute, a merciless executioner forged from adamantine and ceramite. That single foe was repelling our assaults one after another, turning hundreds of soldiers into bloody pulp. For as long as that abomination lived, we had no hope of reaching the heart of the enemy citadel. The dire-eyed Thorvald volunteered to track down and destroy the vile spawn, but fate had other things in store for him and his brothers. The Space Wolves pack was to be the first to storm the Machine Cathedral, and thus Magos Dominus Opticon 22 assembled a cohort of elite Skitarii and said he would locate and eliminate Doomscream. The soldiers were whispering that he was willing to activate the so-called Guaranteed Annihilation Protocol, a terrible and ominous rite that is as lethal to the enemies of the Omnissiah as it is to his faithful servants. Upon arriving at the front lines, the Lord Captain... questioned the survivors who had witnessed the ruin that Doomscream had wrought. Those lucky enough to have escaped with their lives had little to tell us. They remembered a terrible howl hanging in the air and a death machine, impossibly quick for its size, dismembering people and crumpling tanks with its horrific manipulators. The enemy was ancient, devious, and utterly mad. The heretic's mind was clouded by rage and hatred, and his body was bound within a prison of metal and mutated flesh. Upon arriving at the front lines, the Lord Captain... Okay, so... I know last time... Like, the guaranteed way to get past this is let Opticon die. I want to try to do the other thing. Weapon skill 60%. Let his retinue hunt down the ancient killing machine himself. Success! What happened next would become legend. The Lord Captain at the head of his retinue challenged the bloodlusting heresiarch, that's a new word, that had crawled out of the darkness of time. He dealt the wicked executioner a heavy and mortifying blow, and thus Doomscream was routed. The abomination's torn pincer, fitted with an ancient and powerful bolter, became the rogue trader's rightful trophy. Oh, nice. At last we reached the Machine Cathedral. We saw a yawning lift shaft be left behind a colossal land-gnawing drill that had burrowed for kilometers into the depths of the planet. There, deep below, lay the last hiding places of the heretics' leaders. Hundreds of grenades, accompanied by promises of swift judgment, were hurled into the pit. Such was our righteous anger. The planetary assault was a resounding success. The enemy forces were shattered and broken. A small fraction remained in the Machine Cathedral, but the rest either had been destroyed or were destined to meet the same inevitable fate soon. The Lord Captain's retinue and the Space Wolves band delved into the shaft, heading toward the heart of the Machine Cathedral. We watched them leave with reverence in our eyes, as we knew we were setting up a perimeter around the entrance. We knew that the true outcome of the Battle of Euphrates II depended on them, and that our fates were theirs to decide. Yes. I like Opticon. I'm glad he lived this time. Mahuyo says, so that would mean I have to shoot some to get another shot? Oh, you're talking about the army that was given single-shot guns? I mean, I assume they could grab the guns from fallen companions if they fired one and then they needed another. Urlon the Cruel. May the energies of the Immaterium, may the gears resume turning, may the batteries be infused with the blessed poison of the... I couldn't read that fast enough. The giant clad in dark crimson armor is in the middle of a sinister litany, his words turning into a repulsive ethereal stench of flakes of otherworldly ice. He does not notice your presence. Coonragd Voitvir. Oh my god, look, he's got a different picture now too. The same cannot be said about Coonragd Voitvir, who stands at his side. His completely mutated turquoise eyes flash upon seeing you. He flinches but remains silent, hesitant to interrupt the ritual. In the name of the God Emperor, I am here as your judge and executioner. The sorcerer scoffs. His deep, unnaturally vibrating voice causes your insides to shrink. What good is the name of a rotting corpse propped upon the golden throne? It carries no fear for the disciples of the true faith. The sorcerer reluctantly turns his burning gaze upon you. So you are the one who is so eager to meet me in your own demise. Rejoice, brother Twilight. Today you become the new rogue trader. Voitvir's deformed features twist into a bloodthirsty smile. Yes, master. I will rectify my mistake and reclaim what was stolen. Dogmatic fanatic. Speak the litany of purification to smother the profanity of the sorceress words. That hurt him? Dogmatic plus 30. The sacred words sustained by your indomitable faith illuminate the air and send a mighty echo across the room. So great is their strength, the sorcerer's words drown within, and the currents of heretical power swirling around the drill begin to ebb. Once the final words of the prayer escape your lips, righteous light envelops the drill, washing away the unhallowed taint. The sorcerer, scorched by the radiance of the Emperor himself, growls in pain and rage. The wolf lets out a chilling howl and his pack ready their weapons, acknowledging it as an unequivocal order to kill. With a solemn gesture of his hands, Urlon thunders in fury. Let those who blaspheme against the true gods beg forgiveness in vain. Let their lips be sealed, let their hands be severed, let their souls be reaped and scourged. To battle, wolves! Do not allow the Malefic any respite! Von Valancius, find cover before you lose your head! A glorious fight awaits! Take heed with the silver-tongued traitor, for he is old, sly, and strong. But by the All-Father, the wolves will spill rivers of blood this day. The horrific display of profane sorcery appears to have had filled Thorvald with joy and anticipation rather than fear. Have you encountered Urlon before? No, or else his head wouldn't still be attached to his neck. But my pack has heard plenty about his strength and ignominious misdoings. One can see the evidence of his malefactions all across the Cronus expanse like bear tracks upon fresh snow. We stalked him and looked for a chance to clamp our jaws around his throat, but the Craven knows well how to hide behind the back of his heretical lackeys. What manner of witchcraft was he attempting back there? He wished to wake the tunneling behemoth. If you hunger for my thoughts, Urlon is searching for something down below in the Manufactorum's deepest halls. My warriors destroyed the energy font and silenced the drill, but the detestable malefic still found a way to revive it with his heinous magics. I will deal with him. You're a brave one and not easily deterred. Good. Then find a way to reach the tunneling platform while we give the mangy sorcerer something to worry about. Thorvald exchanges glances with his warriors, and you could swear they all smile in anticipation inside their helmets. Halbrand, you stick to the original plan. Take 2 brothers and go after Doomscream. Our scouts report that he took refuge here in these depths after being defeated in battle on the approach to the Machine Cathedral. Oh, he's alive. I want to take the unholy tin can that holds his traitorous brain back to Fenris. Good hunting. We won't fail you. The eager Space Marine lets out a hungering howl. Proudly tread the hunter's grim in chase of a beast of steel and blood. Fangs bared sharp of thirsted prey. Let glory cloak their mighty gait. Doomscream. He hides in this den? Step aside, Hellbrand. I will be the one to slay it. I claim this quarry for the baleful howl. Ulfar, we set out to hunt the beast. Do you seek to best me in hunting, Ulfar? None are faster or deadlier than Stormbiters. We will see, young wolf. We will see. Luck be with you, warriors. Hader Roos, Mukluk. I don't know what that means. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Goods. Cargo. Okay. And the lockers are full of work overalls, robes, and tools that are covered in seals and emit the strong smell of sacred unguents. The 16 Universal Laws Warning. A tome containing warnings of the Omnissiah. This set of unshakable tenets of the Adeptus Mechanicus is hidden from the eyes of the layman with a special Benaric cipher. Only an anointed tech priest can divine the sacred knowledge from this folio.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Let us see what I found.
Ugh, 46%, Jay? What the heck? Okay, so we can't go through there yet. Corrupted Skitaris. Are they surrendering? A crowd of heretics falls to their knees and holds out their hands to you, pleading for mercy. Their leader, a heretic with worm-like tentacles stirring about in one of his eye sockets, howls plaintively out of his vox. Mukluk von Valancius, conqueror of steel and smiter of true flesh, we initiate the capitulation protocol. Nowhere under this chrome firmament and leaden haze is there a cogitational array capable of designing a productive method of opposing you. They're like, you know, we were trying to think of every way that we could kill you and we can't come up with one, we give up. Your indestructible legions have annihilated all who dared to stand in their way. No matter what we threw at you, it all turned to dust, which your servants then trampled to oil and soot. Our survivors are few. Mercy, we beg mercy. Didn't it say he's got worms crawling in his head? I feel like he's like super... Yeah, worm-like tentacles stirring in his eye sockets. Like this guy, he's gone. I feel like he is just super corrupted. I mean, let's just continue. I think I might have spared them last time because I was iconoclast last time, so... Showing mercy to enemies of humanity would be heresy. I sentence them to death. Oh, I thought we were gonna fight. I thought they were gonna be like, oh, well then we're gonna fight to the end. Nope. They all just died when I looked at them. Lore warp 0. 0? I don't have anyone with lore warp here?
Damn it!
The floor is covered with foul
just
symbols and
bad
covered
luck.
in red. It seems that blood was purposefully drawn out of them, prolonging the suffering of the unfortunate.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
You can almost feel the evil oozing from the vile chaos symbol. Your eyes start to water, and you distinctly smell... damn it. The putrid odor of rot.
Vladium is no longer liege of footfall. Not that I feel sorry for the old
Light-bringing
vizier,
brazier halls.
but he did know how to keep the station under control. Will his replacement be able to handle such an unruly house?
Incendia Chorda's methods have enabled her to keep an entire trade protectorate on a tight leash. I have no doubt that footfall will bow down before her sooner or later.
Lore Imperium.
One and it's done.
A huge machine red hot from a working built-in furnace. Traces of blood and scratches are visible on the bypass of the firebox. Undoubtedly, the burning of living people was part of some blasphemous ritual.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
Jay.
My pleasure.
Okay. This looks like a trap or something. Yep. What is that? It looks like a pink horror of Zinch combined with some other things. That's a screamer.
The battleground beckons.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Wait, what? Why isn't it letting me rotate those? Okay, weird.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Alright, where's Heinrich? There he is. This hits most of the group, but not all of them.
Your turn.
That hits everyone except Jay.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Let's put a curse on that. Where's the big one? It's back there.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I will not
Ah!
die in dishonor.
What was that?
A born predator does not become prey.
Lots of flames.
The road take you.
My god, they've all got AoE.
I shall not fail. Trust me, as the tenants demand. I am your blade and shield. Trust me.
Alright. Warp speed. Forewarning.
For the throne.
We could have a warp overload on any of
I
these
won't
clicks.
object.
I'm just hoping it doesn't happen.
Naturally. Let's see to it. But of course.
Alright, we got really
Lord
lucky. We
Captain.
got through every buff without him exploding his head or something. Alright, taunting those two.
What if... You are marked for demise. A wicked thought.
Alright, Ulfar's turn. Kick this guy.
Can do better than a warrior of the Alpha. Feel the icy bite of death.
Jay's turn. Medicaid signal.
Commands are more pleasant to give than to follow. Am
Give
I getting
Ulfar
paid
another
for
action. First.
My strike.
Kick this thing.
So shall it be.
She gets a turn.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this try to die with grace, at least?
Finest hour on
I'll show
Ulfar.
you why navigators are feared.
Not I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument. See how the wolf succeeds? In disgrace. I will carve runes out of your bones.
And steady superiority.
The foe will be torn asunder.
Okay, they're gone. He casted gun a whole lot.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may,
Okay, and Jay's turn. Finest hour on Ulfar again.
So I will carve runes out of your bones. None can do this better than a wolf. Die in disgrace.
Don't keep going.
Your
I want to
intolerance knows no bounds.
Hey, Michael Chad. Hey, Purple.
Another one.
He just parry killed two of them.
me. If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Another stroke of genius. Let's see.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh my god, I've never seen it use that
Too
ability.
bad I never leave debts unpaid. Kasa.
Well done.
Pain soothes my soul.
I wonder if let's see, remove the demon's protection.
I bring mirth and retribution.
Dude, her
Even
movement,
a
oh my
half
god.
next time, the shadows will see it done. Trust me, as the tenets demand. Trust me. I shall not fail, as on a... Let your soul be purged. Trust me. As honor caught by the well.
Alright, well, she got the Herald of Tzeentch down to half health. Alright, Heinrich's turn.
Go on, beast. I won't object to it.
Alright, Muck's turn.
A wicked thought. Schemes within schemes.
Okay.
What if?
Hey, look, it's the
Sucks.
birds. How are you?
Emma, last night you were entertaining spoilers, and now today you're hosting a party for Zinch. Who are you? Entertaining spoilers? I don't recall that. Oh, parry kill. Parry kill again.
Downfall.
Let's see. Kick this one.
It shall be. I will carve runes out of your bones. Corpse play. Die in disgrace. So I will carve runes out of your bones. See how I die.
Oh my god, he just killed Heinrich's bird. You idiot. He killed that guy, but one of the shots went straight and killed the bird. Heinrich's like, no! Where is it? Reactivate.
Easy,
Bird.
easy. I need you by my side. I can do that with the right incentive.
I will carve runes out of your bones. Wolves reign.
Ah, missed that one.
For the throne's glory. Do my bidding. Your turn. I'll see our foes obliterated.
Tell me, never cross a Kazbalik.
Ah, fate claims another one. A
2 more parry
predictable
kills.
downfall.
Alright, where's the thing that stabilizes the warp?
If I may,
Mend reality. Let's do that.
me, as duty demands. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Help me, Lord Captain!
Alright, Cabela's turn. Let's use Death Waltz on this guy. That should hit him until he's dead. Or just 2 taps will do it. Okay. I thought it was gonna take more than that. Alright. Untuning Combi Tool. Grants its owner 25 bonus to tech use. If the owner has medium or heavy armor equipped at the start of their first turn in combat, they gain 5% armor.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
Corrupted Cogitator. The Cogitator appears to be on standby mode. The screen and sensors emit a dull glow, in no way reacting to your approach. 30% lore warp. Examine. Failed. Something is obviously wrong with the machine, but you failed to determine the exact reason for the malfunction. Checked for the presence of data crypts. You examine all the slots and sockets on the Cogitator case, but to no avail. All that you managed to find is a single data stick hidden behind a protective panel. Extract the data stick. You touch the data stick and realize you cannot pull it out or pry your fingers away from its surface, as if your hand is being held in place by a powerful magnetic force. Strength test succeeded. You tense every muscle in your body, planting one leg against the Cogitator case and pull. At last, an unknown force begins to give way and eventually let go. You come close to falling flat on your back, but the data stick is clenched in your hand intact. A small device that grants access to